Today we'll do a new portion in history, that is section 1.1, which deals with subsistence crisis, the meaning of it and the factors responsible for bringing about food shortage in the country. As you can see, first let's understand what does it mean. From the chapter, from this very page, you can look at the meaning of it, which says what subsistence crisis or condition is an extreme situation where the basic means of livelihood are endangered, where the people are not able to arrange what food grains for themselves and the survival is impossible. That condition is described as what subsistence crisis. So let's now look at the factors which brought about subsistence crisis in the country, that is France. As you can see in the paragraph, the first line, they mentioned that in the first line they have clearly mentioned that from year 1715 to 1789, France witnessed a gradual increase in population. It was 23 million in 1715 and it became 28 million. And with this increase in population also resulted what increase in demand of food grains, because there was large population, they required what food grains for the survival. So what happened with the increase in population also increased what the demand for food grains. So what happened, people did what, the shopkeepers, the one those who were selling it, the one those who were hoarding it, and all those who had the stock of food grains, they decided to increase the prices of it. And what happened, when the prices of the bread rose, when the prices of the food grain rose in the country, the normal people who were just laborers or they were workers in the factory, they could not arrange bread for themselves, which was that time a very important diet, which was very like in India chapati is very important for us. Same way in France, that time bread was very important. So they could not arrange bread for themselves. Why? Because the prices of the food grains increased, but the wages were fixed. The wages did not increase, the salary did not increase. So they could not arrange what food grains for themselves and the family. Apart from increase in population, there were other reasons also which led to food shortage in the country. The other reasons were drought sometimes. Drought is a condition where when does not rain for a longer period of time, and sometimes it was hail. Hail are what, when it is a kind of snowfall where big balls of ice come on the earth. So sometimes these two conditions also affected the harvest in the country. So which all these reasons led to what subsistence crisis, which was something very frequent during the old regime. Now we have already discussed yesterday what was old regime, that was Society and Institution of France before 1789. Also on the next page you can see they have given you an activity, that is 1.2. You need to complete this the boxes, fill up the boxes. This is the course of a subsistence crisis. The bad harvest in the country, as you can see, the bad harvest in the country where there was not a proper production of food grains led to what? It brought about scarcity of grains. Okay, that means grain ka shortage ho gaya tha because of bad harvest, which led to what? Further increase in prices of food grains. Why? Because जो भी country में shortage होता है उसका क्या कर दिया जाता है, उसके high कर दिए जाते prices, because people, shopkeepers, the people who are doing business, they just want to earn money all the time. They are least bothered about the feeling, about the survival of the common people. So they took the advantage, they increased the prices, which led to what? The poorest can no longer buy bread. Can you see here? It's written there. The poorest can no longer buy what? Bread, which was the staple diet of majority of people in France that time, and which led to what? Weaker bodies. The body became very weak because they were not eating anything. Food rights, mother, they were violent, some rights were there. People were protesting against what? Increase in prices of the food grains, which led to what? Large number of deaths in the country, increased in number of deaths. Okay, this is also called as what? Disease epidemic. Epidemic is a condition where people die in huge number. So what happened? Their bodies became very weak. Their immunity system got weaker. Okay, and which resulted in what? The increased number of deaths in the country. So this is the entire course of subsistence crisis, which was very common in France during the old regime.